lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is. Evil.
Knievel.
Not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man.
I found some good things. I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind again.
I got a fact that's going to blow your mind. That's little weird.
I wonder if it's the same fact.
It's impossible to be the same fact.
Okay. You were in this movie?
You know, the mixed streaker?
All right.
Are we live?
Is this thing on?
I got my uniform on.
Hey, everybody. Hello, friends, and welcome to A Little Independent, the podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, just plain weird movies. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Ryan.
How are you?
I am fully vaccinated.
You're vaccinated,
Ryan.
And you're not
Number
about
2
to
yesterday.
fall asleep or hit your head on the table. You're okay?
No, I have a passport now.
A passport?
Vaccine, yeah. It won't let me get into Canada, but...
You got to get a passport.
It's there it is.
All right.
little prequel.
So
what's to come.
I'm glad that you feel okay. I was worried that you'd have to slog through this and this would not be fun.
Oh, well, it's going to be, it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be what it is.
Yeah. A little bit of a headache, but I popped a couple
You look
aspirin.
good. You look like yourself. You're svelte. You're glowing.
I'm glowing.
Yeah. But I got to start this kind of on a bummer.
Uh-oh.
Because Charles Grodin died today.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. He was 86. He had cancer. I didn't know that.
So, I'm not the best with the names all the time, and I make sure I'm picturing, 76 King Kong?
Well, that's what I was going to say. This guy is in one of your favorite movies.
Okay. I just spoiled it a little bit then.
No. Not at all. I was just thinking about.
I was making sure that was him.
The stuff that he's in, and he's kind of known as a support actor in a lot of things, but he was the lead in more stuff that you probably don't realize. But he's in so many things, and anytime that dude shows up, it's like elevated.
Yeah, he brings it.
And it's ironic, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Jess and I watched Midnight Run in honor of Yaphet Kotto, who passed away. And Charles Grodin is so fucking good in Midnight Run.
So what are you going to watch in honor of Grodin?
We're probably going to watch Clifford, where Martin Short stars as a 10-year-old boy.
I lost that bet.
Or Beethoven.
It's got to have a dog. Not a 50-foot giant ape.
Well, I was thinking, I had one movie set for next week, but maybe I'll pick, an indie Charles Grodin movie that we can do. Because there's some older stuff that I remember seeing a long time ago. There's one movie at Spring something, and I think it's terrible, but it may be terrible in the best way.
So there is a movie, Spring Break from '84.
That's John Candy.
Which, no, this is a small...
Does it star
quirky,
Charles Grodin?
No.
As a guy who takes his
but it is
family?
called Spring Break that I watched in college religiously. Over and over again.
So,
it's set in Lauderdale.
Is it at like an all-inclusive resort that's crappy?
Nope.
Okay. This is not this movie. But I don't know. It may be fun to find something that he's in that's independent. Because there's something, it's like, what's the John Candy movie? Summer Rental.
Yeah.
So John Candy takes his family.
Aykroyd. Yeah.
No. That's The Great Outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
But
I am a little loopy
Charles
today.
Grodin is in The Couch Trip with Dan Aykroyd and Walter Matthau.
No, I was thinking of The Great Outdoors. You're right.
Bo, 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 boom. Bear, so
Big Bear.
Big Bear chased me. I'm bummed that Charles Grodin has passed. I mean, I know he lived a long life. I go back to So I Married an Axe Murderer. And he's in it just for a second.
Really?
But
it's not coming to mind.
When Anthony LaPaglia is the cop who wants to blow stuff up, and he follows Mike Myers to this place where he's realized that the wife could be an axe murderer, and he's at the airport after Stephen Wright flies him in the plane, which is hysterical as well. but Anthony Paglia tries to commandeer Charles Grodin's car. Remember? And he's like, "Sir, I need this vehicle." And Charles Grodin just looks at him and he goes, "No." In only the way Charles Grodin can. He's like, "Sir, this is an emergency. I need your car." No.
Right. And that's Michael Myers'
Mike
brother.
Myers.
That's who's the cop, right? Who's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
commandeer
I think
the
they're
car.
just best friends. They're friends. But he's trying to commandeer the car, and then it's clear that Charles Grodin's character decided to give him a ride.
Oh,
It's just so funny. Dave? Oh, God. He's so good in that. Anyway, so respect to Charles Grodin. Sorry to those who survive him. But on to brighter subjects. This is your movie this week.
yes.
Talk to us about your movie, buddy.
We tried to do it a couple weeks ago, and I watched it on YouTube, and then it was gone. And then, lo and behold, Amazon picked it up. So it's the 20th anniversary, 2001 Sundance.
Was it a special edition, this particular version?
No.
Oh,
Not
this is
that
the 20th anniversary.
I just kind of threw that out there. It's been 20 years.
Well, it's ironic that you wanted to do a movie with a title that is a state, and you picked Happy Texas instead, which was a movie with a state in the title.
Well, my last two movies now have been
You're
city.
themed, man.
That's how I lay it down.
Texas is a state, though.
Happy Texas.
Oh, it is a
Scotland,
city.
PA.
Yeah. It's even awesomer than I thought.
Yeah. Now you're putting it together.
Back to back.
Back to it. Was not planned. Other than I wanted to do Scotland and then switch to Happy.
We're doing the 2001 film Scotland, PA.
Yeah. So I learned about this way back in the day again, when I had the movie magazines, coming in, and that's where I
Really?
read about it. And I actually owned the VHS of this.
The VHS. Now,
I did.
I remember the cover back in the video store, the spatula with the blood on it.
With the blood, yep.
But I didn't know that it was a Shakespeare adaptation.
Yeah. And I actually watched Macbeth today with Fassbender.
With Fassbender.
And my French girl, Marion. I don't know how to say her
Cotard?
last name. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to piss off the French.
She's the villain in The Dark Knight
She
Rises.
is Lady
Spoiler.
Macbeth.
That's interesting. And what's funny about this for us is for another podcast we listened to about bad movies, we just watched Love's Labor's Lost with Kenneth Branagh and one of the killers from Scream and Alicia Silverstone, and it's a real piece of shit.
What year?
That's a good question.
Well, like
It
10
was
years old.
after Branagh did his big one. Didn't he do a 4-hour Macbeth? Kenneth Branagh fancied himself as like the Shakespeare revivalist, and he was. But then he does Love's Labor's Lost, which is one of Shakespeare's worst comedies. And this movie is terrible. And it's not an adaptation. And it's I don't love Shakespearean language on film.
Yeah.
I get it and I respect it, and he's like our greatest poet, but it's kind of tedious for me.
Well, the Fassbender, I think it's 2016 or whatever it was brilliant. The acting, those two just killed it.
And so for people, this movie, I'll do the film description. A modernized retelling of Macbeth set in 1970s suburban Pennsylvania. Joe Macbeth, an unambitious hamburger stand employee, is driven to success by his scheming wife. Yeah. And that's
exactly
the plot
it.
of Macbeth.
Yeah.
And so for listeners who are Shakespeare fans, I think Todd and I are going to have a pretty good notion of how this ties to Macbeth, because I think there's awesome ways that this movie, Scotland, PA, ties to Macbeth.
Yeah, and I had to watch Macbeth because I've never read it. I wasn't familiar with Shakespeare stuff. So when I saw that,
work
I put
for
in,
this podcast.
And it wasn't work. It was.
Does Fassbender show his giant dong in that movie?
Excuse me?
Oh, you know that guy's got like a tree in his pants.
So if he's next to Liam, who
the
wins?
two of them, I don't know. I think the universe would explode.
The swords.
Or every woman in proximity would get pregnant.
You can't get 10 feet with that guy.
So it is billed as a comedy crime.
Dark comedy. They call
Jesus.
it black comedy in the interviews.
I forget how dark this movie is. I saw this a long time ago.
Yeah, they call it a tragedy for a reason.
Well, yeah, it is, and Macbeth is a tragedy. But the stars of this movie and the lead of this movie, James LeGros. So what do you know him from?
You know, I saw he was in a shitload of movies. 50, 70, I forget what it was. I looked it up a while back. But I don't remember, what they were. He doesn't stand out to me at all.
He's an 80s staple. He was a dickhead in every 80s movie that he was in.
Oh.
He was in the Mel Brooks produced Solar Babies,
Okay.
which I unashamedly love. He's in Drugstore Cowboy, Point Break.
The first Point Break?
Yeah, the original the only Point Break.
Yeah.
He's in Singles. He's in a movie you and I both love. He's an Enemy of the State. He's got a small role in that.
Okay.
But for horror fans, James LeGros has a low point in horror history in that he takes over as the lead character of Mike in Phantasm 2. Now, the lead actor, the kid in Phantasm, doesn't repeat. James LeGros, admittedly, and I don't know the story, but maybe he's more famous, in Phantasm 2, which also stars Samantha Phillips, who is best known to us as Samantha Max in The Dallas Connection. So, Todd, did you know that Scotland, PA has not one, but 2 ties to Andy Sidaris? Your thoughts?
Well, you said you were going to blow my mind.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
This has 2 connections to Andy Sidaris.
Help me with Samantha.
Samantha Max is the lady I like a lot.
Cobra?
Nope, she's the lead in the Dallas Connection. It's the foot scene at the dinner table.
Oh, the feet on the table.
Yeah, so she stars in Phantasm 2. So James LeGros is 80s and 90s like superhero, and I am putting it down and saying he was awesome in this movie. He was really good.
In our movie, in Scotland,
PA.
There were so many gems in this.
Yeah.
Acting wise.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did you guys laugh out loud?
Well, a lot, but it's people who aren't huge and who are character actors. And so second build is Moira Tierney, who plays, did I say James LeGros plays Joe Macbeth? Moira Tierney plays his wife, Pat Macbeth.
Yeah.
So is there a movie you know her from?
This was the first movie I ever saw her in, way back when I.
But anything else stick out?
Well, I
one
just know
movie for sure sticks out.
I know she's in ER, which I never followed because an interview, she missed the opening at Sundance because she had to be on set for ER.
Really?
Yeah, and her husband is the writer-director.
Is the writer or was? I know her best from Liar Liar.
When you say was, we should say they divorced in 2006 and not that he's still with us.
Correct.
Okay.
Are you stalking Moira Tierney?
Oh, you just wait. I just discovered a Wikipedia.
Okay.
Should we drop it right now? Yeah, let's drop it right now. Let me pull this up.
All right.
So here she is. So this is impossible. Her birthday is February 3rd, 1965. My father's birthday is February 3rd. 2 girls from high school that I dated, both one in high school and one 10 years ago. So a number of years after high school, both of them February 3rd birthdays. And when I pulled this up and saw February 3rd, I about jumped out of my seat. And then the next line says she's divorced. So
yeah,
there you go.
On the market, buddy.
I have a tie to her birthday.
So I remember her first from Liar Liar. She's the mom of the kid in Liar Liar.
I forgot about that.
And she's in Primal Fear. Those were the 2 things that I identified like right away. Moira Tierney, I know her name in those movies. But interestingly enough, in 1990, she was in a movie called Dead Women in Lingerie with Jerry Orbach.
1990?
And in 1991, she followed that up with The Linguini Incident starring David Bowie.
Wow. So this is 10 years before this movie.
Yeah, she's in a movie with Baby's dad from Dirty Dancing and then follows it up with a movie starring David Bowie. Weird.
Yeah, she got a lot of TV stuff.
Third build, Christopher motherfucking Walken.
Let's hear it.
As Lieutenant Macduff. Guys, what do you say about Christopher Walken? He's just the best. And
yeah.
He's in some real trash, but this we talk about, my love of Nicolas Cage, and I say Maximum Cage when he's like his most bonkers.
Yeah.
I think this is close to Maximum Walken.
He did a lot of, and I read this years ago, so I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, but I remember he did a lot of improvising, and he made the statement to the director that, movies are put together, in the edit room. And so I do remember that the maracas scene, I used to be a dancer.
Yeah, and he did. He was a professional dancer.
Well, that was all improvised, I think, because the maracas were sitting there or something.
Yeah.
And he just did that.
Yeah, if you know anything about him, he's an accomplished dancer, unbelievable. But he plays Lieutenant Macduff, again, another great name connection to Macbeth.
Yeah.
Then you've got a guy who I love, Kevin Corrigan, who plays Banco, Anthony Banco Banconi. Do you know him from anything?
No.
He, again, character, I think he's been in like 180 things. Best known probably for the TV show Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
But he's been in Bad Boys, Pineapple Express. He's in Unstoppable, that movie I like with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. But a movie I recommend you watch, and maybe we'll do it on this podcast someday down the line. He's in a movie called Some Guy Who Kills People. And that's literally what he is. And it's super funny.
And it's him?
Yeah, it's super funny.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So he's a goofball in this movie, but can you see how he could be really scary as shit?
Yeah, the blank stare, the deadpan.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
he just stares like there's nothing there.
He is a scary motherfucker in
Yeah.
some movies.
Yeah, that scene where he challenges him to like, why didn't you tell me about the drive-through
Yeah.
idea? And he just stares for that long beat. That right there, you're like, oh, serial killer.
This is a director using Kevin Corrigan appropriately,
yeah.
even though it's a corny character. Then we got James Rebhorn, who plays Norm Duncan, who is character actor. This is the most character actor of all time, this guy.
The dad,
Yeah.
yeah. But don't you love how they use Dunkin' Donuts?
Well, I mean, Duncan
in
is the
this-
name of the king in Macbeth.
Right, but how he translated the Dunkin' Donuts into
Dunkin's,
the movie.
yeah.
He's selling his donut shops.
I mean, Independence Day, Son of a Woman. He's in Basic Instinct, My Cousin Vinny, The Adventures of Pluto Nash. I mean, this guy is in every. If you look at his like, he's a guy that if you don't know what to watch, go to his IMDb page, just scroll down and pick one random movie and watch it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And my favorite movie I think that he's in, and he's great in it, is The Game with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn.
Yeah. He's been in so many.
Yeah. So we do that. It's called the character actor game. So pick a character actor like James Remar or something,
Uh-huh.
and just go to their IMDb page, scroll down, and the first thing we point out, we watch.
Of course he loves football. Every young man loves football.
Every young man loves football. Written, directed by Billy Morissette, who's credited in the movie as Man Walking Dog. So he's the guy walking the dog in the beginning scene.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is the only movie he directed. But he also wrote a movie called My Dead Boyfriend, starring Heather Graham and directed by Anthony Edwards
Wow.
of Goose fame. But he's been an actor in a bunch of stuff. He was in Pump Up the Volume, Vegas Vacation, and Ghoulies Go to College, Ghoulies 3, starring Hope Marie Carlton.
Bam.
Second Sidaris connection
Yeah.
to Scotland, PA.
Wow. And I knew neither of them.
The delight on your face right now, it's why I live, everybody, you guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Sidaris, when we do, when we do that film, we're going to do some type of.
Who knows what we're going to do?
We might do all 12.
But if you know anything about us, we love Anti Sidaris, and there's two connections here. Tagline, there's two of them. Do you know them? Or you don't like to look at them?
No, I like to hear them from you.
All right. What if the Macbeths were alive in 75?
I did hear that one.
Yeah. But the one on the poster, my favorite, is Greasy Spoon, Bloody Murder. Which I'm on record for saying I wish there was more Greasy Spoon food. Like, I wanted to see hamburgers and cheeseburgers so bad. Like, watching it last night, I wanted to be hungry for a cheeseburger and be like, I'm going to Burger King. I wouldn't have done it.
Are they open?
But
It's 2 a.m. Are they open?
the movie is 1 hour and 44 minutes. I didn't find budget info. Did you find budget info?
No. I remember it was shot on back at this time, everybody was using those, were recorded on the tape, and then they had to have it done to 35.
Oh,
I forget the name of the tape though. It was like a mini form of a tape on a nice lensed camera. Sony made one, and Panasonic made one.
Yeah.
But
if you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, email us at alittleindependentpodcast@gmail.com.
Set up and spike.
Because, again, we're lovers of these movies. We're not experts. Opening weekend, $43,336. Worldwide gross, $384,098.
Ugh.
So not a good haul, but it's, I mean, maybe this director never worked again. So maybe it was a problem.
Morty took on her character a little too much and got rid of him.
I bet it was too dark. I bet I love the movie but I did not remember it being this dark.
Well, back then this was probably a very limited release.
Yeah.
And then it has to do so much to get
in what month in
released
2000,
more.
like what was it, around 9/11 that this came out? You know what I mean? Like 2001 was a rough year at the latter half for movies. So
yeah, well, Sundance is in January, so somebody had to pick it up, and then it had to be distributed.
So it may have come out late in the year, and it wasn't really.
Or it's hard to say.
Nobody wanted that. I noted a couple of nominations. It was nominated, and this is funny because we talked about this in the In a World episode, that this is a real thing. It was nominated for a Golden Trailer Award for Best Voiceover. A word? What did I just say? I'm having
It's
a
a
stroke.
voiceover, a word.
Best voiceover?
Huh.
Was there voiceover in the movie?
Well,
Kind of.
Amy Smart had a nice demonic voice.
Yeah, that was
a few
fun.
times there.
And it was a nominee for Grand Jury Prize at Sundance for Best Dramatic Film. Another comedy we've done that was nominated as Best Dramatic Film at Sundance.
Dun,
Interesting.
dun, dun.
And I noted a couple of facts. An actual Halifax strip club, now closed, served as location for both the Scotland tavern scenes and the Atlantic City strip club scene.
This is weird, but when that scene popped on, when he was going to catch up with, to interview him in
Macduff.
Atlantic City,
Yeah.
and the band's playing, and then the girl had a bikini on, but it's clearly a
Yeah.
strip club because there's a pole there, and I'm like, I have done hundreds and hundreds of gigs and bars and cover gigs and never played a strip club.
Really? I haven't either.
And I just thought that was odd. I'm like, was that a thing in the 70s? I got into it in the 80s.
It's a problem because Malcolm, the son of Norm, is a high schooler. Anyway, we'll get to Malcolm and Donald and the whole thing. But the movie, I think, if you know that this is going to be a Shakespearean play, I guess you're ready for anything. You know what I mean? It's an adaptation. So I wasn't looking for Macbeth stuff, but it opens in an abandoned theme park, and he meets the witches, essentially, from Macbeth, who are three stoners.
Yeah. In the closed caption, they were called hippies.
Yes, they were. And Amy Smart, spoiler, Amy Smart is in this, I think, was billed as hippie number one.
Stacy.
And does get a name, I found, in some things. But my favorite quote in that opening scene from, I love hippie jargon when they're just talking amongst themselves, but I heard, "Who dropped the chicken?"
Yeah, those two guys, Andy Dick and that other guy.
Yeah, poor other guy. Who gives a fuck what his name is?
Yeah. Those two played off each other great.
It's, Andy Dick is an acquired taste. And I apparently is a weirdo in real life, but I did not mind him in this. I thought the witches, or the hippies, sorry, were great.
Yeah.
They weren't overused, and their scenes were effective.
It was comic relief, too. I mean,
but also creepy as hell in some points.
Beth.
But I'm wondering, it starts with Matt going into, to talk to the hippies, and then it goes into an opening, which is a totally different movie, a black and white movie starring Eddie Albert from Green Acres. What was that?
That was a TV show, McClintock. It was a cop show back in the 70s.
So why was that the opening of this movie?
Because the director liked it, but that they use it again later when you have
I know, but it was used. It wasn't
the
used
cop.
like somebody's watching the show. It was used as in the movie.
They showed the credits over it.
It's so
Or
bizarre.
the opening, So yeah, that was actually a 70s TV show, cop TV show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember
And it's the guy from Green Acres. That's Eddie Albert.
He was the bad guy in that particular episode.
Really?
The cop that does that awful helicopter
Holy shit.
stunt.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's McClintock. I think it's McClintock. If I'm wrong, email us.
Yeah, and be kind. So that was weird. And
I thought that was fun. It's setting the tone too of what time frame you're in.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was super successful at demonstrating the 70s because the music obviously is one part of it, and we'll get into that.
I love the music.
Yeah, but
I was afraid you wouldn't because I didn't know if you liked Bad Company.
Bad Company,
because that was one I never knew.
it was just their greatest hits. That's just all they did.
And how did they get the rights for all those songs?
Well, I have a little info actually. So the writer-director, he used all of Bad Company's songs because, quote, they were a surprisingly inexpensive catalog.
But
They were cheap.
It fit so perfectly.
Yeah.
It was like a Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked well. I thought it worked well, but
yeah.
it didn't. This movie didn't scream 70s to me as much, and it didn't bother me. And maybe that's because it was an adaptation. You know what I mean? So they wanted to anchor it, but not too much. But then you get into a pinnacle of the movie. You get into the restaurant Duncan's, and you see Pat Moritini's character, and the creepiest manager of all time.
Douglas, well, as she'll call him later, McFuck. And
Yeah.
almost all the
Douglas
characters that they name are Mick. Have a Mick
Yeah.
something, McKenny, Mick this, Mick that.
I mean, there are plenty of nods to the original Shakespeare play with the names, but it's Duncan McFuck.
Yeah.
And he's making Pat fill ice cream cones, and he's telling her to spin and pump.
Swirl and pump. Well, yeah,
Spin and
something
pump.
really sexual. And so let me just point out that she says, let's hope 13 is the charm. And I want to point out this is our 13th episode. So let's hope 13 is the charm.
This is episode 12, Todd.
I've got 13.
We have a discrepancy.
Oh,
We need the corrections office to contact us immediately.
engineer.
I in the theme for my last few podcasts is I'm very tired, and I'm very tired today. So I may have been wrong. Either way, I like your sentiment.
Well, we'll go back and check.
But what is the point of a manager making you fill ice cream cones for their perfection that you may not consume? It seems wasteful. Your thoughts? Would you run a restaurant like that?
That soft serve ice cream is so inexpensive. I mean, you're talking
So you can
pennies.
just be fuck all with it?
Yeah,
Just like,
you can-
whatever,
you can
dump
just-
it on the floor.
It's just a big bag of slop that
Okay.
they throw into the thing. It's like draft beer.
Big bag of slop.
It is. They make so much profit on that doesn't even matter.
Wow. All right. So this is business talk with a little independent. Yeah. Make yourself a high amount of profit on soft serve ice cream, ladies and gentlemen.
I never owned an ice cream
If
store.
you're, in post-COVID transition for your work, soft serve. And what's funny is Matt comes out and the creepy manager says, "Look at your wife's beautiful cones."
Yeah. Mr. Macbeth, come out here and see your wife's cones.
And this is a theme in the movie, in the workplace, Mac is so thrilled with his wife that he just hard makes out with her.
Well,
right in this manager's face. And
because they
do
know
this all the time.
Yeah, it's so obvious he has a crush on her, so he just counteracts it.
Just in the middle of a restaurant. So, Todd,
Make out scene.
you're a patron in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You see somebody woefully wasting ice cream, and we've just established it's cheap, so it doesn't matter. But you don't know that as a consumer. And you see a guy come out from the kitchen, and the manager say, "Look at your wife's cones," and then the employee starts hard making out with another employee.
Right.
Do you write a Yelp review on this?
I say, welcome to the 70s, baby.
Okay, let's say it was now. I should have clarified.
Well, this is a different, everything from
That's true.
sexual harassment
People
to the
were
unintended
probably
listener.
off screen, like fucking on a table after they ate their burger. So you're probably right.
Yeah, the orgy of the staff.
Yeah. Now, what's the transition to the family, to Duncan's family, and meeting Malcolm and Donald?
Oh, let's see.
Because I'm trying to remember how because
well,
you see Donald as a
they go to
football
the-
player.
they go to the football game.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And God, I love that. Damn this Coco. Damn this Coco.
Oh, the Coco's
the
out.
lady that you can see she's got a crush on, Duncan, King Duncan there. And the only thing he asks for is a cup of cocoa at the football game, and the
She's
cocoa
at the
machine won't
snack
work.
bar.
And she's just having a meltdown.
Now, as of note, Malcolm is Smalls in The Sandlot.
No way.
Yeah. You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing
that's
me.
Him. That's him. Who I thought was tremendous in this.
He may have more. Is it Maury or Morny? Maury?
Moira Tierney.
I don't know if I can say it that way. Word.
I
I might have to get a little buffalo.
She was in Liar.
Humps.
Moira.
See, I call her Morny.
That's not her name.
Stir
1,000% is not her name.
I can't say it
All
that
right,
way.
we're going to call her Morna. What did you say? Morny? Morny Tiny. Morny Tiny Lister.
I'm going to call her Lady Macbeth.
So what's interesting is Malcolm and Donald, Duncan's sons, could not be more different. One is a musician hippie,
Burnout.
and the other seemingly is a jock. You find out that's not the case, but he's
sitting on the bench, and every other football player's uniform is covered with dirt. His is bright white.
Yeah.
So he clearly is the bench warmer.
and we find out doesn't really like football that much. No. But so
No, he doesn't.
Duncan thinks that they need to get to the restaurant. The boys have to come back, and Duncan's a hands-on guy. I appreciate that about him. He's not hands-off owner. So what I think is funny is he brings his kids in. Donald is in his football uniform. He's like, Malcolm, you get on the grill. Donald, you bust some tables. And he's in his fucking football uniform.
Yeah. Giant 70s shoulder pads and everything.
Then I'm like, busting tables in a fast food place? That's a pretty classy place.
Well, it was packed at that time, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
It was. Now we meet Banco, who, works for the restaurant, played by Kevin Corrigan. And that's when Pat calls the manager, Douglas McFuck, and Banco says, yeah, this guy's stealing. Which I'm like, of course he's stealing.
Yeah. Well, how about the argument between, this is where Morny, Lady Macbeth,
Pat.
he's cringing
Just go
at
with
me.
Pat.
I don't know if I remember Pat.
I didn't think Moira would be a hurdle today, but it is.
I can't get there. I've never
COVID shot. Oh, my God.
never pronounced it that way. So that argument where because she is such a materialistic bitch in this movie that you just got to love her. I mean, so far to the right on that. And she's talking about, I'm going to be the, what does she say?
Well,
the
she
assistant?
she has aspirations, right? And she thinks that Mac is passive and doesn't have any aspirations.
Oh, she says, I have to say, have a nice day to every fucking customer.
She shouldn't be in the service industry, I
Right.
think. She's picked the wrong business.
Oh.
But Banco, it's like, the manager's stealing. So you paint the picture of this villainous manager, which, of course, the guy's stealing. And that's when Pat and Mac are in the car, and she's saying he has no inspiration. He has no gumption. And you find out that's kind of true, because later about his ideas, he's not pushed his ideas out.
Yeah, he's an idea guy. But so when they leave the bar right after that, there's a sign on the bar. Did you pick that up? I caught it after I watched it a couple of times.
When Mac and Banco are in the bar?
Yeah, and it's pouring down rain, and Banco crawls in the back of the open pickup truck, and he throws a blanket on him and leaves him.
Yeah.
He's drunk out of his mind.
Is Banco homeless?
And they don't release the.
I think you
Andy
never see
is.
him in a home.
Yeah.
So he's homeless. He lives in the back of a car.
It's pouring down rain, and all he does is throw a blanket over him, and then he leaves, and this is where he runs into the hippies. But I lost it.
No, you're all right. What I thought was interesting is when Mac and Banco are hanging out in the bar, I like a guy who can go up to a jukebox. I've never seen this in real life. Go up to a jukebox, kick it, and influence the chorus of what it plays.
Yeah, because a country song came on, and we had to go to Bad Company.
Just kick it with the back of his heel, Have you ever tried that? I'd love to go to a bar and try it. Just kick a jukebox as hard as I
Yeah,
can.
do the Fonzie.
See what happens. Because they're all probably digital now. There's a record in there before. It's not going to skip and turn into something else.
It's mid 70s. There's definitely a record in there. So Witch's Brew Tavern with TAVE space N. So the R is fallen off. Is the sign on the outside of the bar.
Yeah.
And in Macbeth, the three are called witches.
Well, the witches. I'm not going to gush on Amy Smart too much, but she is adorable in this and great in it. And it's,
Oh, go ahead, Gush.
I mean, so she was in Road Trip right before this in 2000.
Yeah.
And that's
Anything you want to
her
add about
first-
Road Trip?
And nope.
How old were you when you watched it?
It doesn't matter. But this was 5 years before she was in Crank, arguably one of the best movies ever made, and shows how fucking fearless she is.
Yeah.
And I know you don't like those movies very much, but I mean, she is.
Well, she made me stand up and cheer and crank.
She is fearless, but she's great in this. And I use the word adorable, but when she's, kind of doing the prophecy to Mac, when it's changing from his voice to hers on that weird carousel thing, it's a pretty effective scene and kind of made me nauseous.
And they're doing this weird like samba, like the music dump.
The music was really fun.
And it's like got the accordion, so it sounds French.
Yeah.
French cafe samba, weird.
Coupled with the weird abandoned amusement park was really
Yeah.
effective.
And my favorite part was her picking up the magic 8-ball, which I used to have as a kid in the 70s.
She kept on shaking it and breathing on it.
Yeah. Did you know what those are, right? You turn it upside down.
It said,
and
like, you will see a dick pic or, I don't know, other weird things.
we should do that for movies like that.
Create a movie Magic 8-Ball?
Yeah. See, I'm the idea guy, but I don't,
Yeah.
I don't have the gumption. I need Morny
Yeah, you do.
to carry it
You
up.
need a Morny in your life? Call
I
up
need a Pat.
Morny Tiny.
Lady Macbeth.
So he gets and that's the thing about the difference between Macbeth and this. Macbeth, the three prophecies are so clear, and he has so much to worry about. This, it doesn't come across that much, and he doesn't seem that affected by it. He's like, oh, that was weird, and then he leaves.
She's reading his future, so she's dropping stuff that he's going to use later on.
Yeah.
But
it's not shoved down your throat necessarily. No. It's kind of subtle.
And in one of the interviews, Pat states that she...
Right, Pat?
Yeah, she has a lot more of a role than in Macbeth because Lady Macbeth doesn't have a lot. And so it turns out her husband, beefed up the role for her.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Well, yeah.
It didn't work out long term. The marriage isn't still...
5 years from then, they were done. Yeah.
What I love is when they go into Malcolm and Donald's room. And again, they show how different they are, but Donald is listening to Liza Minnelli.
Is that Liza Minnelli singing?
Yeah, they show the album cover.
Well, they showed the poster on the wall for Cabaret.
Yeah,
but Joe Namath was first, which led from the football.
Yeah, but that's what he's listening to. He's listening to Liza Minnelli because Jess called it out. He's like,
that's Liza Minnelli?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then they cut to Mac and Pat's house. And the only thing I can say is, what's with the stuffed wolf?
Oh, another stuffed wolf.
There's stuffed animals. There's stuffed heads and throughout.
We find out later he goes hunting.
Yeah, and maybe that's the tie-in. But I thought there maybe was a Macbeth tie-in. Yeah.
A wolf in Pennsylvania?
In the foreground, a full stuffed wolf in their trailer.
Not what he pets at the bar later on. Okay,
no, it's in their bedroom. It's in their bedroom.
Oh, I missed that.
I just wrote down stuffed wolf.
Well, we've talked about wolves appearing in our the horror films in the past.
True. I don't know if we can attribute any kind of...
The head on the wall, making out with the wolf, and what was that? Cabin
in the Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody makes out with a wolf in this movie. So what happens next? like the manager, right, is screwed. He's caught, right? Isn't the manager get busted?
Yeah, well, we were back at their house, right?
Yeah, so they have a brief conversation at the house. And it's more kind of conspiratorial. You need to have more more drive. But the next kind of major scene is the manager is busted for stealing.
Yeah.
And he's kicked out of the restaurant. And I forget what he says, but Pat walks him out and he says something about like, I knew you liked me more than I thought or whatever. And she's like, you've never been so wrong about anything.
Yeah, you're the only one that ever listened to me or something like that.
Yeah,
and
she
can't
delivers
believe I've
it
never
so-
heard anything so wrong.
And then
You are one dumb fuck.
the manager tries to kiss her on
Yeah.
the way out.
You are one dumb fuck, Douglas.
Jesus.
And then slams the door in his face. Yeah.
So my takeaway from in general is Norm, the restaurant owner, doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's not a terrible boss. He cares about his restaurant. He wants his sons involved,
Yeah.
who clearly want nothing to do with it.
No, they both got their own path.
Right. You know, Malcolm's a musician and Donald, well, you know,
Donald wants to be in the choir.
he's doing something different. And he doesn't like football. But
And he
when
likes Liza Minnelli.
Norm is with Pat and Mac and they're doing their little brainstorming session, Norm recognizes Mac's idea for the French fry truck. And then Pat says, and what about the chicken pieces and dipping sauce? And I was like,
Yeah, and he calls her, I'm here to make a profit, little lady. And she just gets,
so I was
pissed.
curious about chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
Now, do you think chicken nuggets weren't invented by then?
Joe made it up.
No, they were invented in the 1950s by a food science professor at Cornell University.
Well, when did McDonald's start doing it?
After that, chicken nuggets were created as like a post-World War II way to preserve. He created a way to freeze chicken and make it smaller so it could be reheated.
Right, but so you're saying McDonald's was doing chicken nuggets well before the movie started
Yes,
in the 70s?
probably. I thought, you know, chicken nuggets maybe were made up in the 70s, but they were invented in the 1950s. I forget the science professor's name, but Cornell University. Thank
Right.
you for chicken nuggets.
the
And he was a
dipping-
food science professor in the 1950s. What a cool fucking job. Can you imagine? Like making rehydrated stuff and astronaut food. And I probably sound really, really ignorant right now.
I'm trying to go with you on this, but I got nothing.
That's fine. Story of my life.
Sounds really exciting, Ryan.
So this is when they talk about the idea for the drive-through.
Drive through.
And which is interesting because, you know, Duncan, I think the first drive-through was In-N-Out Burger in the 1950s. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a new concept.
Well, the happy couple, they're all excited because they think he's going to get promoted to manager because Douglas McFuck just got thrown out.
Yeah.
And they think this is it for them. He's going to be the manager of the place.
And that's not the case.
Yeah. Oh, and the scene with the chairs and the car, you know, the drive through, and he's doing that thing with his hand, trying
Yeah.
to get him to switch places.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard at that.
He's
love
trying
that
to get
scene.
them to envision what it's like to drive through and order their food. But Mac has the idea, you don't have to do a kiosk, you can do an intercom.
And he got that from Amy.
And that scene is so intense. He is so
Yeah.
intense. You got an intercom.
It's more efficient.
You don't need it. And again, I think that's James LeGros doing like an actor's choice, and it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that there's an end goal in mind.
Yeah.
And what I think is really funny, which anchored this in the 70s, is they're kind of celebrating. And again, you think they're celebrating Mac's promotion, and Norm asks them to get the Riunite in the fridge. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Riunite on ice. What was that?
Asti Spumante.
Okay, is there a difference?
I don't
didn't
know.
look this up, but
I
I
don't
remember
know.
Riunite in commercials.
Yeah.
And are they connected?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think Riunite is like an Italian cheap wine, maybe.
Yeah, and then
And
they
it's
use
a red wine that you chill.
and later they use that Italian spaghetti commercial.
Yeah,
Anthony, which I remember from when I was a kid. I remember that commercial.
Right. So we find out that Mac is assistant manager and Malcolm has been made manager. A high school kid who doesn't give a shit about this restaurant.
No, And how he lays it on him is Malcolm's going to need all the help he can get. And then they realize, oh, fuck. They're making Malcolm the manager.
How is it possible that Malcolm can be the manager of a restaurant when he goes to high school? Or does he go to high school?
It's following Macbeth because I saw that his eldest son was to take the crown when Macbeth
So was
killed his
Malcolm out
father.
of high school? Because he's clearly like touring with his band and strip clubs in Atlantic City.
Yeah, he may have graduated because the brother
But
says,
Malcolm looks like he's 11.
Yeah, this water tastes like ass.
He does say that. But he looks 11.
You think so?
Yes.
With hair like
He
that?
looked off-puttingly young.
Like
Not
bad,
off-puttingly,
like Bad
but
News
shockingly
Bears.
young. Yeah. Yeah, Harley Davidson?
Yeah,
Yeah. Does that turn you on? What I loved, at this point I'm trying to find the Macbeth and all the characters.
Yeah.
And
Well, Malcolm's the eldest son, so he's in line for the throne.
yeah. And that made sense. I'm like, oh, that's really neat. And when Mac and Pam are in the car, when Andy shows up, I didn't know who he was going to be, and I figured he may be the patsy. But he startles them, and Pat goes, fuck, fuckity, fuck.
I laughed so hard at every time at that.
And do you know why that was in the script? Because
Oh, that was actually written that way?
yeah, because Moira Tierney once yelled that at the director of the movie when he startled her, and he remembered it and he put it in the script.
Which was her husband.
Correct.
Yeah.
At the time.
And she delivers it like I really believed she was scared.
It's funny.
It is hilarious.
It's funny.
She does it twice. She does it again later on, but
Yeah.
uses different language.
Now we go to, I think the saddest scene in the movie
Really?
is Banco's birthday. No, it's not sad.
The party at the bar?
Yeah, Banco's birthday. The Yahtzee birthday.
Well, he doesn't even know what's happening. He is so lit. He's basically
he's excited playing Yahtzee. He's like, I hope if I get Yahtzee again. Because Yahtzee is not a game that you can play, I don't think, drunk. Can you play Yahtzee drunk?
Well, he predicts his own Yahtzees according to him. He just thinks
Yeah.
Yahtzee and then
But
rolls it.
Yahtzee's like the dice version of poker, and you got to, kind of have your wits about you.
You got to keep score.
Exactly. You got to know what you're going to take. But my favorite part about that is Pam the nurse showing up to a bar in the middle of her double shift.
Yeah. A bar.
Probably drinking a few shots. and
Again,
then
welcome to
going
the
back.
70s.
Yeah.
You could do all that.
That's true.
And it wouldn't even get fired for it.
But she was lovely. That actress was
Yeah.
just so nice. Didn't look like she was in their group. I don't know how she connected to them.
Yeah. Yeah. When she did that laugh about, no, I just show up in this uniform. This
Yeah.
is my Yahtzee uniform, and broke out in that laugh. Oh,
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And now we go back to the restaurant, and I think they need to show you that Malcolm doesn't want to work at this restaurant because when the guy asks for more ketchup,
Yeah. Who did that guy remind you of? I actually had to look it up because I thought it was him for one hot minute.
Jeffrey Combs?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, no.
It sounded just like him, really tall, and I'm like, oh my god, is it? Is it? Is it?
Can I get more ketchup?
Yeah.
No, that was terrible.
What do you got behind there? King Kong?
Well, the guy asks for more ketchup, and Malcolm takes a ketchup bottle, squirts it in his fry bag, and throws him out.
Grabs him and manhandles him out
Like
the
literally
door.
throws him out. 70s. Yeah, you can do that shit back then.
Yeah. Well,
Try
they
to
did
do
it-
that now. Can you imagine? There'd be lawsuits. They'd be on YouTube.
Well, and they did it earlier with the food fight in the very beginning of the movie too. He threw those two guys right
and
out the
slow
door.
motion jump over the counter scene. Well, what's really starting, and the movie may sound slow as we're describing it at this point, and it doesn't feel that way, but now it's to the point where they're going to kill Norm because when they're celebrating and Mac's trying to get the Reuniti out of the refrigerator, he opens the refrigerator door too hard and hits Norm on the head and they think he's dead.
Yeah.
And I think the thought of it was pleasant to them.
It definitely was to Pat.
So now they're like, we're going to kill Norm. So they go to the restaurant at night to kill Norm.
He's like, we have to do it tomorrow. Oh, that's when they're in the car discussing this when she does the fuckity fuck because the homeless guy shows up in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and scares her.
And this is what's funny. They go to kill Norm, and Norm Did you see the knot on his head?
Oh yeah, and they carried it over. Didn't that look real?
It looked horrifying. It didn't look real. It looked comically.
The brown bump like a atomic hick.
Yeah.
Hick.
And so Mac has a frying pan in his hand.
Yeah. So they set up their alibi at the Yahtzee party.
Yeah, but they
Him
make
being
the mistake
sick.
of leaving early.
Well, that was the whole. They were, he was so drunk. He
Not
thought
a
he
good
wouldn't
alibi.
remember.
Not a good alibi. But he hits Norm on the head with the frying pan. Now, you're Mac. Is this the preferred method of killing this guy? Is this right? Because you're a karate man.
Mac's not all in. Well, that thing was a heavy duty.
But he hits him real weak because it doesn't do the job the first or second time. And
I'm glad you're here. Somebody hit me on the head.
yeah, Mac hits him.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes out a little bit, and then he turns around and he's like, "Thank God, somebody just hit me on the head."
Yeah, and then wonderful Pat. There he is, right behind you.
Again, Norm's a good guy. He's not a bad guy.
No, but his mistake was, I'm going to be rolling in it with the drive-through
Well,
idea.
okay,
and
he's a
not
business
promoting-
owner. He wants to make money.
Yeah.
He wants to provide for his shitty kids who don't like him and hate
Right.
his job.
He didn't know Lady Macbeth was Queen. Kill 'em
So
all.
they realize that they need the safe combo. And I don't know why they would think that there's money in the safe. Did they indicate why?
They wanted to make it look like a robbery, the murder.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then, lo and behold, when they get the safe open, they hit the jackpot.
So they tie up Norm. And
Hands behind his back.
this is teed up very well because he's tied up, I think, clearly in front of the French fry oil.
Yeah, which is the grossest. Oh,
And they cut. Is the restaurant still open?
no.
Because when did they cut to the creepy friend, the tanning salon guy?
That's
that in
later
between?
on. That's when Macduff is there.
Okay. So they have Norm. He's hands tied behind his back,
Yeah.
and he's not going to give him the combo.
And Lady Macbeth is, Pat's having a hard time. Not Pat. Joe Macbeth is having a hard time going through with this. And Lady Macbeth is just egging him on the whole way.
Yeah.
And because he doesn't want to talk to him.
Right.
He
kept
and he's
on
like,
saying
I
that.
don't know
wanna
if I
talk
can
to
do
him."
this. And then he's inchworming, escaping away.
And so Mac kind of finally gets intense, and Norm tells him the combo for the safe. They open the safe.
Yeah, she opens the safe, and I don't know what she says, jackpot or something. She's clearly excited, and then he sees the three witches, the three ghosts. What are we calling them? Hippies.
The hippie witches.
And then he screams out loud, and there goes poor Norm, face
Norm
first
goes-
into the boiling hot
oh boy.
fryer.
Not since Nicolas Cage's death in Deadfall was I so thrilled
Oh, and
with a fryer
the
death.
sound. Maybe that's where the ADR came. That
And
sound of that was so.
There's one in a Friday the 13th movie as well, but this
Oh.
is played for comedy, and it's sadly funny.
and his hands are twitching, and then they
Yeah.
just stop.
And they both don't react. Okay.
Well, she gets excited and starts.
So you go into a fryer. If somebody pulls you out quick, are you okay?
I don't think so.
You die immediately.
That is so hot that it's gonna fry
It'll
your
boil
larynx,
your brain.
fry your
It'll boil
larynx,
your brain. Will explode.
your eyes, everything.
Yeah. So Norm is dead under mysterious circumstances.
And he's just laying. They just leave him laying in it, face down in the fryer.
And they think it's a robbery, which, so at this point the crime, they get away, they speed off. And
Well, first they go down to the basement.
they go
and
down
Lady
to the basement.
Macbeth does the whole drive-through. She wants to have sex after this. She's so turned on, and he's freaked out.
she wraps herself
And then
up.
Malcolm's there knocking on the door.
Malcolm shows up, yeah.
Yeah, and
Saying he's sorry to his father.
because he leaves band practice early, so that sets all that's coming up.
So a thing that I've always been curious about is the funeral after party. Because I know it has to happen, but why is that a thing? Why do we do that?
it's a celebration of life.
Well,
just like we're a celebration of independent
I-
film.
Yes. That is, what way to be on brand, Todd.
Just look out.
Oh. But it strikes me as I don't want that for my death. I don't want there to be an awkward party at my house where people are eating shitty appetizers and going, "He was such a good guy." It's a weird custom. And what I think is hysterical is they go to the house and there's that woman crying hysterically, like into all the food.
Yeah, the one that damned the cocoa.
Yeah,
lady.
yeah, that's her.
That's her. Because
She's sobbing
Because she lost her hubby.
into the table full of food. Is that his wife?
No, that's the woman that was she wanted to be his wife.
Oh.
At one point when Malcolm and his dad are always arguing.
Yeah.
And she says, that young man is just crying out for a new mama.
Yeah. And this woman is just hysterically crying into the food. And then this whole time I'm like, where's Christopher Walken? Where's Christopher Walken? Now he shows up.
Yeah. Well, Lady Macbeth is all pissed off because nobody's looking at her. And she deserves a fucking Oscar for this role that she's playing.
For the performance that she's doing,
And
sounding unconvincingly sad that he's dead.
She's telling Mac to get rid of her so that they'll look at her.
So Walken shows up, and
At a funeral.
this is interesting because he is a small town sheriff, right?
He's a detective that was sent in from out of town.
I don't think so because he and Ed worked together.
Right, but
Ed, I want to talk about Ed for 3 hours.
Well,
this guy.
No, he does state it. When he comes in, he says they brought me in because this sheriff department, this small town, is not equipped to investigate a murder.
Okay.
He says they're a one bullet, two sheriffs, one bullet.
So that
town or
contradicts something later, but he introduces himself to Mac and Pam, and he says, "My cards are on the table next to his wife's baba ganoush." So why does his wife bring food to this funeral?
His wife wasn't even there.
I know that.
We never
Why
meet
did
her.
he bring food to this funeral?
Well,
It's a serious question I have for you. Why did this detective, who's from out of town, bring baba ganoush? Because he has to explain what it is.
How many detectives show up at a funeral when they're investigating the case and leave their cards on the table?
Is that just protocol? If you're going to do
It's
this, you
just
have to bring food?
Pure comedy. Well, this was a potluck, apparently.
I know, but he didn't have to bring shit.
He brought...
He didn't have to bring food.
Yeah, and we had to find out what a baba ganoush is.
I got hungry for that during this moment, actually.
So Burger King is
So
out.
Walken is investigating, and at this point, Andy, the homeless guy, is fingered for this murder, which makes a lot of sense, and that parallels to Macbeth.
Yeah, and we find out Pat dumped all the jewelry from the robbery on top of the homeless
And that's
guy.
the reason why that he was fingered for this murder, because Duncan's murder or jewelry is on him. And then we have what I think is kind of an interesting development is they're clear of this. Now they can take over the restaurant,
Oh yeah,
and you have the success montage.
yeah. Which
That's
is
what I call it.
Yep, and I just wrote montage, but the what
It's the
song did they
success
play?
montage.
It was
I didn't
the
write it
building
down.
of Macbeth.
So they turn the restaurant into Macbeth's. They do the drive-through. The French fry truck is made. I assume chicken nuggets are happening with dipping sauce.
The
And
whole 9 yards.
I love how they cut to them in a pool, and then they pull back on a wider shot, and it's an above-ground pool.
Yeah, just a little one.
And again, no judgment, anybody. Sorry, I'm not trying to say that's low class, but come on, in ground. If you got the dough, in ground.
Yeah, and she just got through saying, I hate low class at a funeral.
Yeah.
And then she's laying in the little above ground pool.
And it turns out now Macduff, Walken's character, is really investigating this thing.
Well, the DA threw out the case.
And they find that Andy is released.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say lack of motive or what?
Yeah, lack of evidence. All they had was the jewelry.
Just the
on him.
jewelry.
Yeah, they
Which
had no
didn't make any sense.
confession. They couldn't place him at the crime scene.
And what turns out, and you're led to believe this, is Malcolm becomes the prime suspect
Yeah,
because of how mean he was to his dad. and how
because they
much
were
people
always
thought he
arguing.
hated his dad.
And then he was seen speeding away.
Yeah. And in their set, they have inherited in his word, a shit ton of money.
Right.
So there's motive.
Yeah, it all looks good, to be him at that point.
Yeah.
But this is where when he comes back, he interviews everybody,
Yeah.
and there's so many one-liners. But my favorite, and I don't know why, but my favorite one is when Walken goes, French fry truck, and he's doing that shake with his fist. I don't know why, but that just gets me.
Because Christopher Walken is awesome.
He's fucking awesome.
And at this point, Banco starts to get suspicious. And this is the scene you were talking about where he confronts Mac and says, you never mentioned the drive-thru.
Yeah, you told me about all your other ideas.
All the other ideas, but this one you never told me about.
And then he gives him the long death look.
Yeah. And that's when Mac says to Pam, Banco's a problem. And I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, from Macbeth, if you know the story, this is a clear, linear...
Well, he kills.
I try to be smart.
He
but
kills his whole family.
Yeah, that's true.
In Macbeth, I just saw it today for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap.
And so you're thinking, okay, well, if you know Macbeth, Banco's dead. But how is it going to happen?
Yeah.
You don't know for a little bit, but this is when Macduff goes to meet Malcolm in Atlantic City, where he's playing at a strip club.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just point out that
he's playing a sweet bass, by the way. Did you like that bass guitar?
I look like an old Gibson.
Yeah, it was like an Explorer body.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that guitar.
And clearly,
it's expensive.
He has never touched a bass in his life.
Oh, you did. You did it. I wasn't hard on the kid.
Oh my God, it was awful.
I knew
now
it.
The guy singing and playing guitar, he was really doing it, but he's doing half-step chord changes like in the middle of the measure, and the song is a Bad Company song with this beautiful bass line. He could have took the time to at least mimic it, for Christ's sake.
He's 12 years old.
With long hair.
He didn't have time. There are limits on how long they can work. They've got to be tutored.
It's an independent film.
That's right. They didn't have the fucking money for it.
All right. Well, we're both bass players. No.
You're a bass player. I'm a person who tries to play bass.
No,
but I get it. I look at that in movies too, and like, they're not playing.
Yeah.
I didn't give this kid a hard time because up to this point, I really loved his performance.
Oh yeah.
Like throughout, I loved it. I think he was so good.
He is.
And it's a tough role to play because he's got to be unlikable, but he's not unlikable.
Yeah.
And you see, but his dad
isn't
real shitty. He just tells him, cut your hair, wear a hairnet. He's not a terrible dad.
It's the generational father-son thing,
Yeah.
He wants to rock.
And this is when Malcolm shares with Macduff that he also saw the Macbeths driving away from the restaurant really fast.
Yes, he says, let's have a conversation that makes you not guilty.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Yeah.
That's a really great line because I don't think he believes he did it.
Right. That's the only reason you would say that.
Because how would a 9-year-old boy tie his father up?
I thought he was 12.
He's 9. How would he tie his father up, physically force him into a fryer to his death? So
God, I wish I was playing bass at 9 years old in a strip club.
I know. God, those would have been the days. You didn't?
The fucking 70s.
I figured you did.
I played a few bachelor parties that made up for it, but oh yeah, stuff we can't talk about unless it's an MA 25 film.
So I think this is when we are introduced to Deputy Ed, who is the local.
Yeah. So fast forward 3 hours because we're gonna get into a 3-hour conversation about Ed.
Ed, is he the local just police officer?
Yeah,
he's not the sheriff.
There's two cops in this whatever this town is. I mean, if the city's not big enough to have their own police department, then it's going to be the county sheriff.
Right.
So he did say there were 2 of them. So it's just some little urban town that, in Pennsylvania that just has 2 cops that cover it. I mean, close to us, just like not Traverse City proper, but take one of our little satellite towns,
Hey, this is where we're from, Traverse City.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're being heard worldwide, but check us out in Traverse City.
Miss Smart does frequent our town.
Yes, she does. Deputy Ed, though, I don't know if there's a parallel of him in Macbeth because Deputy Ed, I believe, is developmentally disabled.
He loves McClintock.
Is that okay to say? Because he seems like there's something not right about him. He should not be in law enforcement.
He's not fast. He's not sharp.
But he's helping the case, and it's clear that Macduff is focusing on the Macbeths at this point, because logically it's not Malcolm.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
And there's circumstantial evidence to put the Macbeths in this. They left the party early.
Yep. And this is where the Macbeths have their downturn, where
Yeah.
they start winging out and going off on their own. So Pat is obsessed with the burn on her hand.
So that's so funny. I wrote Pat's hand burn is still there.
Yeah, and it's not. It's what the tragedy is. They're losing it over what they've done.
Well, this is where their descent into madness
Exactly.
was totally paralleled and was done ahead. Did it remind you of anything? This is an obscure thing to ask you. I'm sorry. It reminded me of Ray Liotta and Lauren Bracco's descent in Goodfellas.
Oh,
They had the success montage. They got into cocaine. They started to lose it. Then he got paranoid that there was
Yeah.
a helicopter. I'm like, holy shit.
Scarface even maybe.
This is like, their eyes are red. They look insane.
Uh-huh.
But I started to love Pat's hand burn. And this is when I'm like, oh, Macbeth.
Uh-huh.
Blood on the hands. That's when I really like the parallels to Macbeth. But
Yeah,
I do, my clip has something to do with Pat. But at this point, Mac goes hunting.
Yeah, Banco's a problem. He's taking him
And
hunting.
you're like, oh no, he's going to shoot him in a hunting accident.
Yeah, and she's trying to get him to tell her what he's doing so that she can be in on it or control,
Yeah.
the outcome, because he's clearly going bye-bye.
He is.
He's losing it.
And again, James LeGros is doing a really good job.
Silent but deadly.
He's got crazy intense eyes.
Yeah. They never blinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like in Jake Gyllenhaal in
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, he intentionally never blinked like
Yeah.
a coyote, which was a cool. But maybe James LeGros did this first
2001.
because he's really, really intense.
Nightcrawler was after that.
He
yeah.
does not kill Banco hunting because he doesn't get the opportunity.
No, but our two hippies go by in a
Oddly,
deer
yeah.
a deer outfit and prevent it.
The hippie witches
Yeah, the two
run by
guys.
in a deer outfit.
And he's like, "Why do I have to be in the back? Because you said you like it
You
in
said
the
you
back."
like it in the back. Okay, we're lowbrow on a little independent at this point. We just scraped the gutter.
We are just quoting the movie.
We scraped the gutter.
We
We didn't write this stuff.
It's funny.
But so Andy ends up dead. Who kills Andy? Does Matt kill Andy?
Yeah, he goes to he goes there and wakes him up with he's like, "Hey, is that your gun?" And he says, "I'm here for the truck at 3 a.m."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and
To
then
pick up the French fry truck. That's messed up. And then he goes Banco at the garage. I mean, you
when they
assume
go
that he
back the
does.
next morning. So
You assume that he does.
after they come back from the hunting trip, yeah.
And so Mac has just killed 2 people who are loose ends, would you say?
Yeah, well, they do the whole hunting trip. Then they come back. They got the deer. They do the scene where Lady Macbeth cooks the dinner and is
Yeah.
just going off on all those guys.
Yeah, so
And he's like, when he says, "I could use a little head" or something like that,
they
she
killed
just
the deer.
drops the...
They
she-
killed the deer, cleaned it, she cooked it, same day.
Yeah.
A little bit of a stretch.
They really... Well, you can do that, but, if you just cut out the back straps or whatever,
It's
but...
not recommended.
They
You're
didn't
going to
show-
get botulism. Diarrhea at the least. Don't do this, everybody. But the big thing that's happening is Mac and Pam are having a party at the restaurant. What is the reason for the party? I only watched it once, so I didn't catch that. What do they? That's not an opening. What do they do? What's the party?
It's the celebration of the drive-through.
Is that what
The
it is?
drive-through restaurant. They're doing a press release.
So they're opening the drive-through for the first time. That
well,
makes
it's
sense.
already. They're doing a press release about the drive-through. I think she says. Is that what you're referring
I don't
to? That
remember.
scene where he does the speech
Well, he totally fails
and
at
he
the
says,
speech. He's
"I
freaking
call that
out.
a bad You do it. Press conference. The walking.
What I noted, what was weird, is as they were setting up for the party, 3 guys were hauling in the Statue of Liberty, and somebody says, "Put that bitch in the corner."
Yeah. I laughed out
What
loud.
the hell is that?
There's so many great one-liners
She's
in this.
clearly a real tool, that Statue of Liberty. But yeah, so they freak out at the press conference, but I didn't know what that was from, because another parallel to Macbeth was Mac has a hallucination of Banco.
Yeah, so he had just killed Banco after the hunting. They got him really drunk, and then they go to pick up the truck. He shoots him, and then leaves Andy's gun there, like Andy had shot him, and then Andy
So they teed that
disappears.
up,
So
yeah.
he's teeing it up that Banco did it.
So they're pretty good criminals.
He did a good job of that, but she doesn't know what he's doing, and she doesn't
Yeah.
care. He doesn't care what she's doing.
They need
and-
to be on the same page.
Well, they're losing it. And
They
then
are.
comes the motherfucker scene.
The motherfucker scene?
Yeah, so they're sitting in the booth, not side by side, not talking to each other. He is stone-faced, not blinking, not moving. She's smoking her cigarette. And then Robert knocks on the window and says, "They're ready." And she jumps, "Motherfucker." Does another startle scene. And if you don't spit out your food or laugh out loud at this, and he doesn't move, he doesn't blink, he doesn't twitch.
Yeah.
And she's screaming, when that happens. It is so funny.
Moira Tierney's responses deserve an Oscar nomination in this movie. Her startles. So they go back to their garage, and I just noted this because it's funny. They're kind of wrapping up the bodies because it's a murder scene. And the one friend of theirs, they keep on asking about their kids.
Yeah, that's the mechanic.
It's like, they're little fuckers. And
Little
he asks
fuckers,
about
Pat.
the kids. They're little fuckers, and then they show one of the bodies going by, and the kids are pounding on
That's
the
Banco.
body.
The kids are beating on Banco, and then he's got to run after him. Little fuckers, Pat.
Holy Christ.
Yeah.
So Mac and Pat are falling apart, and I've got my recording. It's not a long one, but it is when I realized the hand thing. Because Moira Tierney's character still feels like she's got the burn on her hand from the oil from the night that Duncan died.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more intense. She puts her hand in ice. She's running under cold water, and there's nothing there.
And late in the movie, it occurred to me the parallels to Macbeth, which I thought were brilliant. So
yeah, really well
this
written.
is her going into the pharmacy.
The first time?
To try to get some ointment.
Is everything okay, Pat? We heard about Banco.
No, everything is not okay, Frank. But I need some more ointment for my burn.
Your burn?
Oh, come on, don't start that bullshit with me again, Frank. Just give me the fucking ointment, okay?
I don't see a burn.
I don't give a fuck what you see or don't see. Just get me the ointment, all right? And I don't want one of those little baby shit-ass tubes. I need a bag of it. My fucking hand is falling off!
Pat, are you on drugs?
I don't know, Frank. Are you fucking your assistant?
Whew.
And she got the vat of ointment.
But so line-wise, there was so much in this movie. There were so many cool things, but I think her unhinged at that point was really, that was a powerful, it was her, she'd been so measured the whole movie. She'd been really even keel, calculated, which is great. But this is when I realized they're both fucking off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no turning back from this.
Nope. It's gonna.
And knowing what happens in Macbeth, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is not going well.
It's gonna end bloody. Yeah, and that was actually the second time she had gone into the pharmacist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, she's wearing an oven mitt on her left hand at all times.
Yeah, because she can't stand to look at it.
Yeah.
And when you see it before that, there's literally no burn. It's
Yeah.
a clean hand. There's
Yeah.
nothing there.
And it took me late in the movie to realize, like, oh shit, this is what's going on. She's hallucinating the burn, which wasn't a significant burn in the first place.
No, it was about maybe the size of a dime, a nickel maybe.
So just like in Macbeth, at this point, Mac goes to the witches again to confirm what's going on.
To figure out what to do.
Yeah. And so at this point, they're at the restaurant, Mac and Pat, but Ed checks out the restaurant. Do you know why? Did Macduff ask Ed to check out whether they were at the restaurant? What kind of prompts the final scene of this movie?
Well, there's that whole thing where he's trying to get a hold of Banco. But that was...
He's dead.
That was before this then.
Yeah, Ed goes to the restaurant, and I think maybe Macduff says, go see if they're there. And that's when...
Oh, no, he just got off work was all.
Oh, he was going to eat. He was going to eat.
Yeah, he's in the drive-thru, and he's like, we're closed.
Oh, yeah.
And then the light bulb goes off, and he gets him to come inside.
That's right.
And call Lieutenant
and
Macduff.
Again, I wanted to see food so bad. I wanted to see... There's one scene where there was a cup of French fries. Do you remember getting a cup of fries with fries on the outside of the cup design?
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry right now thinking about it.
Let's go to Cedar Point. They probably got them there.
So Ed sadly gets captured, and this is when Mac and Pat suggest, which again mirrors Macbeth, killing Macduff's family. Which, how did that sit with you? Like, I think they meant it.
Yeah,
that was a little dark.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, because they did mention he has a wife and 2 boys. You know, Macduff earlier in the film when Pat asked him about him. So for a second there, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, but then
is it too much for this movie? Do you think that is too much?
Well, no, Andy Dick lightens it up when he says 1,000 years ago that would have worked. And then but Amy in her demonic voice is like, can you? And then just staring at him.
The
and then
witches
he's like,
kind of do diffuse that a little bit.
Yeah,
You're
but
right.
then she's like, can you? And then that's when he goes for it. Yeah. And then I don't know what it is about this song, but when they started playing Never Been to Arizona? No, Never Been to Spain.
Yeah.
Never Been to Spain. It worked so good. The lyrics really don't have anything to do with the scene.
It didn't matter, though.
It's perfect.
It didn't matter.
I loved it.
And this is when Ed is at gunpoint, and he's told to call Macduff to come to the restaurant, which is obviously for Mac and Pat to kill Macduff.
Yeah. I think you'll be happy. Ed, I don't have time to be happy, Ed.
What is happening with Ed? Does he live with people who are assisting him?
He lives with his parents.
How he can't... This is not okay. If this is a law enforcement officer in my town, maybe I write a letter. I don't know. I don't have the time, but shit. Well, I guess I got the time to do this bullshit, but, you know. It just seems weird. And this is where the movie kind of went into hyperspace for me, because Mac is on the roof of his restaurant.
Oh, the big showdown is right here, but it's being intercut with Lady Macbeth going through all the knives and putting a chopping block on her counter.
Yeah, Lady Macbeth is at home.
Yeah.
And
so these two scenes are being intercut with a Never Been to Spain.
Which is pretty brilliant, I think.
And it just works so well.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of tension.
Yeah.
But in the roof confrontation, I don't know how they got on the roof, but Macduff is...
He climbed up there on the M.
He did.
Yeah.
And Mac has Ed's gun.
He has a tray of food.
Where did that tray of food come from?
Yeah, he carried it up there because he's going to use it on the vegetarian.
Yeah, because, okay, we haven't discussed this. Macduff is a strict vegetarian.
Baba Ganoush.
And I didn't see the tray before, so when he got on top of Macduff and shoved the food, I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Oh, it's there when he first goes up on the roof. Yeah.
I'm stupid. I don't see things good. But what I think is interesting is Mac tries to shoot Macduff with Ed's gun, which is empty.
Yeah.
But this is why I got confused, because Macduff says, "Do you think I'd let Ed put bullets in his gun?"
Right.
which led me to believe that they worked together or McDuff
they
worked there.
They were working together on this case because he had to use them to try to get a hold of Banco when all that stuff was going on.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's weird that, like an outside investigator would come into your town and you're the police officer and he's like, you can't have bullets in your gun. Guys, take them out. You're going to hurt yourself. Not going to end well. It's going to hurt.
This is why I watched this movie. This is why I picked it, just to hear that. That's brilliant.
It seems kind of funny. If I was Ed, in my limited mental capacity, I'd be like, hey. Anyway, that doesn't happen. But now we have a really intense scene with Pam, I think.
Pat,
sorry. Pam, this whole goddamn time.
you said it a couple times, but there was a Pam.
Wait, I've said Pam a couple times?
You called Pat Pam a couple times, I think.
Holy
yeah. But wasn't
shit.
Pam the Yahtzee girl, maybe?
Yes.
Can I cut you
Pam,
some slack there?
Pam was the
nurse.
The nurse.
Yeah.
Very tired.
Pam was very tired because she was doing a double and drinking.
If anybody has
shifts.
made it this far in the podcast, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you, Todd.
What?
I prep as much as I can for these, and I've fucking blown it.
Oh, Ryan, you're so hard on yourself.
Woo!
Nobody caught that.
All right. Well, now that we know that Mac's wife is Pat, I think there's a pretty intense goddamn scene right now.
Norm actually calls her Patsy once. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Earlier on in the movie. Well, I have more time than you, and I watched it like 3 times.
Oh, well.
So
I
get to pick up
could
those
argue
little-
that you're better at this podcast than I am.
No,
because-
your organization skills are amazing.
Well,
Your Christopher Walken is over the top.
oh, thanks. You're nice. Nobody's. We're gonna get a lot.
Ryan,
of crap
Ryan's
for
going into a slump. He's
how bad.
All
All right, I'm done.
He's going down, folks.
So what Pat does is, and it's filmed in such an interesting way because you don't know what she does necessarily, but you think she's going to cut it because she settles on a meat cleaver.
Yeah, when she puts all those other knives back and then pulls out the big meat cleaver,
And how do you misplace that?
you know it was in the third drawer. It didn't
It was
fit
in
in
the
the.
third
It didn't fit in the. What do they call the wood block that holds all the knives? That's what she was looking in before that.
the knife block, the knife holder. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's, if there are any culinary people who can help us out on that.
The wood block full of knives.
But Pat cuts her pant off.
yeah, and this whole time, that song is building up,
Yeah.
and then they cut it off for the death scenes.
Yeah.
And you just have no music, and it just it's brilliant.
It's done really well. And McDuff and Mac end up back on the ground, and Mac ends up shoved onto the hood of his car.
So Mac jumps off the roof because the gun is empty when he tries to shoot him. So he jumps off the roof, and his car has a set of bullhorns on it, actual bullhorns. He gets his gun.
A la Dukes of Hazzard, a little Boss Hog
Oh
action.
yeah, little
But
homage
smaller.
there. Same time frame, mid-70s.
That's true.
And then he gets McDuff's gun off the hood of his car, and McDuff jumps off the roof, landing on him, impaling him through the chest.
Christopher Walken. What is he? 60 at this point?
Very nimble, very
We're to
thin,
believe he jumps off the
vegetarian.
whole roof of a fast food restaurant.
I'm surprised he didn't do a flip in the middle there.
And he dances a little bit before he shoves him down.
He does a celebration dance afterwards.
Hi. And is Mac's death ironic? Is it tragic? Is it a letdown? What do you think?
I thought it was perfect the way they did it with both deaths happening simultaneously because, independent film budget saver, they just have Lady Macbeth laying on the floor with the hand underneath her body,
Yeah.
the one that's supposed to be missing, and then they show the oven mitt on the top of the counter and then just have all this blood laying around it. So they didn't have to use any special effects or anything. Very effective.
Well, we miss Pat/Pam, and I think that's a really effective scene. It turns out McDuff turns the restaurant into a vegetarian place. And the final scene is Christopher Walken standing there with a comically crazy chef hat,
Eating a carrot.
and a full carrot and a dog. And then
No cars, no business.
a streaker shows up. What is that about?
He's called Mick Streaker in the credits.
He's credited?
Yeah, it's the last credit. He's
Mick
called
Streaker?
Mick Streaker.
I mean, dick out, the whole thing. Was
and
that for real?
He is a pretty well-known writer-director because he had a mask on.
McStreaker?
Mick Streaker. His name is...
Oh, Jesus.
Mick Streaker is Richard Shepard. Look him up. He's credited at the very end. My guess, and I don't know, would be they had some kind of bet going on, like, if you pull this movie off...
Okay, did Christopher Walken know that was going to happen?
He didn't react to it at all. He just looks down at the
I
dog
think
like,
he didn't
what
know.
the fuck?
And Christopher Walken is such a fucking pro. He was like, okay,
he stays in character.
I'm going to eat this carrot.
Yeah, and it does say McDuff's now. So he has bought the
Yeah,
restaurant.
turned it into a vegetarian place. And I noted at the top of the credits, it said movie dedicated to cast and crew.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It was all about, the performance.
And the people who made it happen.
Yeah. The crew.
All right. Well, we got through it.
Post-vaccine,
This was
post-mega tired.
This is super fun. This was a super fun movie to watch. It was definitely more darker than I remember. But now we'll go for some reviews. We're going to start with a bad one.
Aw. How can they say anything bad about this
I
movie?
know. But remember what I said about the director getting the Bad Company songs because their catalog was surprisingly inexpensive?
Yes.
Keep that in your mind. This review from IMDb, it's called 10 from 6. The name of Bad Company's greatest hits album is called 10 from 6. You could have just turned up this album and cut the sound of this movie. Most of the songs played in the movie were from this album. I guess oldsters during the 1970s were probably tired of all the period pieces made then about the 1930s and 1940s. That's how I feel about movies made about the 1970s. The characters in the movie looked like they were auditioning for Danny Terrio.
What? Of Dance Fever fame.
Do you want to extrapolate on that?
He was
if
one of
any
the
of our
judges.
listeners, Google Danny Terrio.
Yeah.
You'll find a brilliant movie called Bachelor Party that he's in. But anyway, the characters in the movie looked like they were auditioning for Danny Terrio. Why is it that movies have to exaggerate the 1970s? The only good period piece I liked was Freaks and Geeks, which is a 90s. It's not a period piece. They cut that television show. It was exactly like things were in high school when I was there back in circa 1980. I was old enough to remember the 70s, and no small town was like this. It was totally youth-dominated, and there were no reactionaries talking about the hippies and about the inner city of Philly. That was more 70s than I remember as a kid. This movie was very dull and cheesy. At times I was falling asleep. I don't know why an actor who was acting during the 70s appeared in this one. What?
Walken.
I guess Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Deer Hunter.
He was probably trying to lend it some credibility. Walken didn't even show up until the second half. I guess the only true thing about the movie was the baby boomers, who were a spoiled lot. All the kids in the movie were spoiled brats. I don't know what they had against their father.
Wow.
This guy's clearly got
This
daddy
guy's got
issues.
no issues at all.
All right. I've actually got two really brief positive reviews.
Okay.
Both 10 out of 10. First one, comedic take on Macbeth, a Sundance hit! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. The funniest movie at Sundance, 2001, Scotland, PA, brought the house down. Moira Tierney,
Well said.
is that cool? Moira Tierney and James LaGrosse, like a modern Morticia and Gomez Adams, can't keep their hands each other or anyone in the way of their fast food takeover biz.
Not off
Bit.
each other.
Done in high 70s style with amazing detail, parentheses, roach clips, polyester everything, muscle cars, and Pabst Blue Ribbon, and parentheses. The film is faithful to Shakespeare and to fans of over-the-top satire. Toss in Andy Dick as the leader of the witches, and you've got a crowd-pleasing, gut-busting, highbrow comedy.
Alrighty then.
You happy with that?
I don't know if he was the leader of the hippie witches.
Yeah, he kind of was. It's just Andy Dick. It's, I'm going to do this now. Dead deer. Let's do it. All right, and last one, 10 out of 10. It's titled Rock Block. This movie is dope. Probably my all-time favorite movie.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't mention the rock block, but I absolutely loved it when they did that because I remember the rock blocks when they would come on the radio and they'd play 3 in a row. It was friggin' awesome.
Well, this may be somebody who is in your wheelhouse, man, because he titled it Rock Block. This movie is dope. Probably my all-time favorite movie.
I would never say dope.
Oh, you're missing out.
It's just not a line I use.
You're missing out.
This was dope. That's the first time I've ever said it in my
It sounds
entire
natural
life.
coming out of you. Really
Yeah,
does.
can you tell?
Real sterile. This is dope.
That was dope, man.
That was dope, man. Well, we're going to figure out which episode this is, as we had some controversy on that. But
is it 12? Is it 13?
I think it may be 13. I think it's 12.
I don't know. I've never been to Spain.
We'll get there. You've never been to Spain?
No.
How about Italy?
Arizona? No, Oklahoma. What does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Well, thank you for suggesting this movie. I think it was super fun to watch and to do. Hopefully you liked listening to us talking about it. And hey, Todd.
Yes, Ryan.
We'll always have
Monty Doro.
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys?
You'll love it. It's just a little
Love it. It's just like independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're going to love it. It's just a little independent. Okay.
We're tense. Yeah, we're 2 or
Yeah.
2. We're like you'll love it. It's just a little independent. Like it's just
Like
a
I'm
little
introducing a
independent.
movie to you.
Like you're about to.
All right, yeah.
Just a little independent.